This is a training session regarding making adjustments in the inventory system. During normal operation, inventory levels are always increased through the entry of accounts payable invoices and relieved either through pick tickets or accounts receivable invoices. There may be times, however, when you are required to manually adjust the number of units stored in the inventory system. A few examples of this are when you first start using the inventory system and need to bring the levels up to current, or when you complete a physical count of your inventory and find discrepancies between the count and the computer data, or when you have excess quantities at the job site and wish to return them to inventory. For these types of circumstances, the system provides an adjustment program. To enter an adjustment, select Adjustments from the Inventory menu. This screen will appear. Here you can enter a batch of one or more adjustments and then prooflist and post your entries. Click on the Insert button, and this screen comes into view. First, enter a description of your adjustment. Next, specify whether this adjustment will add to or take away from inventory. Now enter the item ID for which the adjustment will be made. Now specify the location and area. If you're adding to inventory, this is the location the items are going to. If you're relieving inventory, this is the location the items are coming from. Next, specify the number of units. If you're adding to inventory, you may enter a value per unit to assign to the transaction. If you're relieving inventory, the system will take care of assigning that value at the time of posting. The value is retrieved in different ways depending on your method of storing inventory values, such as LIFO, FIFO, etc. Next, enter a transaction date. Now you're required to enter the offsetting side of the transaction. If you are relieving inventory, the offset will always be a GL account, preferably the inventory account. If you're adding to inventory, you can add from a job, a piece of equipment, or any GL account. Once you have finished your entry, click the OK button. The method of adding adjustments one by one, as we just discussed, is useful for single adjustments on a sporadic basis. However, there are times when you need to make a large number of adjustments. For example, when you make a physical count of all your inventory items and you have a list of many adjustments that need to be made, entering them one by one can be very time-consuming. When this is the case, click the Retrieve Physical Count button. On this screen, you can highlight each item that needs to be adjusted and enter its correct quantity here. If you add a quantity for an item in a location where that item has never been stored before, the system will require you to enter a per unit value for the item. Once you have entered all your physical counts, the system will determine the difference between the physical count and the quantity currently stored in the software. If there are discrepancies, the program automatically creates adjustments to make up the differences. The unposted adjustments are now displayed and can be prooflisted, edited, and posted. This concludes this training session regarding inventory adjustments.